All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. Today, I'm gonna show you guys how to replace a leaking garbage disposal. As you see, my garbage disposal has water dripping down from the side. What you want to do is first determine whether or not if your disposal needs to be replaced or not. If you see leakage from any of the pipe, then more than likely you have a loose pipe or fitting, and at that point, there's no need to replace it. But this is actually leaking from the bottom of the disposal. I'm sure it's more than likely due to corrosion or some type of rust buildup, but either way, it's dripping directly from the bottom, and so this disposal needs to be replaced. The very first thing that you have to do whenever replacing your disposal is you want to first disconnect the power. If your disposal's hardwired into your electrical outlet and you can't unplug it, you may have to go outside and turn the circuit breaker off. I unplugged mine, and I'm going to keep this cord because the replacement that I have, which is very identical to the current one I have, I want to make it easy as possible. I'm not going to replace this top portion. I'm going to salvage this and just replace all this because all the housing and stuff is the same. I pretty much got a disposal just like mine. So this is the drain pipe. It drains from the disposal to your plumbing. This is for your dishwasher, and in my case, for also my reverse osmosis. So I have the dishwasher draining here, all the water comes from the dishwasher into the disposal here, drains out through your plumbing system. But I have reverse osmosis, and so I have another attachment, but it's very easy. I'm just gonna unscrew this from here to loosen this up, unscrew that from there, keep everything in place, and all this right here is gonna stay intact. So mine's a very easy fix. And got my Phillips head screwdriver, unscrew this portion first for the dishwasher and for my, make sure I also turn off my reverse osmosis system. Stop that up, and then let's go ahead and unscrew this, loosen this up, loosen these two up. Get the other side off. Caught that one, put this out the way. This may not pull directly from your disposal all the way. If that's the case, don't worry about it. I was having a little bit of a hard time getting this off, but I'm gonna go ahead and just use some pliers to help me just kind of wiggle this off. I got it loose as far as the washers, and there you go. So to come off now, there we go. Got us a little bit of a hassle, a little bit of fight with that, but that's one down. This is already unscrewed. It is loose. Don't worry about if you can't get it to come all the way off, but if you look right there, it is loose. And so that is the detached. The next step is I'm gonna go ahead and detach this right here from here. Now this is kind of heavy, so I use this garbage can right here to catch it for me. It's not very, very heavy, but it's heavy. So I do have a garbage can under that to kind of help catch it for me. And I'm gonna just unscrew from this portion right here. So again, like I said earlier, this entire top housing, that's gonna stay intact. I'm gonna move these portions right here to unscrew this and just take this bottom portion. I'm keeping everything else on top of the sink. It's gonna give me a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, and put it, I'm sorry, with the flathead. See if I can detach this portion so you guys can get a good view of that. So I kind of get a wedge in here. So I can get the wedge for me to separate. There we go. Gave me a little bit of separation. There we go. So you're starting to loosen up right there. And give me a little more separation. There we go. And I'm just gonna get a good shot for you guys right here. Trying to lose focus. I don't have my hand in any cameraman working with me today, but you see I'm loosening him up. He's already detached from that portion. Trash cans in place, and he's off. Voila. So this is the old disposal, and I have a new one, different brand, but same disposal. So as you see, he comes off. Again, I'm keeping all this right here in place. Usually you have to take all this out. There's probably some plumbers put it down here. Still an easy process, but I'm not doing all that because these are identical when it comes down to my replacement. Same support, different name brand, but in case some of you guys didn't know, most products are made by the same manufacturer with different brands. You're paying for the same thing. Now, in our case, This one didn't come with a new cord. We're gonna have to go at the bottom and remove this electrical plate, and we're gonna salvage this cord. I'm gonna try to salvage it. As you see, I had some water corrosion down here because it was dripping from this portion, but I just go ahead and disconnect this from here, and then we'll put the electrical onto your other one. And so see how I want to go about detaching and reattaching this. So this is real bad. You see that, guys? That was really bad, really corroded real bad. I'm gonna take this off from this portion. And this is also a flathead. The green wire and the white wire. And I figured out where they were connected at. I didn't expect for us to have to buy the cord separately or buy one with the cord, and so it's not a problem. We can still work this system. Just got to get to the cord and the connections. All right, as you see, I just got the actual connection fittings out. I want to try my best to keep this on the same spot. I'm not an electrician, but I know that the black wire is a ground wire, so I'm gonna make sure that when I reconnect my disposal, well, this cord to my new disposal, I'm gonna make sure that I have the black ground wire with this connection of the cord, of the same cord that we're using. I'm gonna make sure I keep this white wire. Again, I don't have the technical terms, I'm not an electrician, but this is very easy. You just unscrew this and you twist them together, and this holds them in place. This couples them in place. And so I'm gonna try to keep them together. Black wire for this one, white wire for this one. Let me go ahead and get this new disposal ready. We'll keep the same setup. It's just a plate. And as you see, you have the same two wires. So you have the ground and your electrical. I'm gonna keep this ground and that cord here. Make sure I dry everything off. And so to take these off, I'm gonna do one at a time. Just gonna unscrew this. This just unscrews off, but this is basically a piece to keep these two coupled together. That way they don't come loose and have any kind of electrical problems, and it keeps it dry. And so I just unscrew that. You unscrew that counterclockwise, and then you see them coupled together like that. They just twist it together. We're gonna dry this up real good. Just gonna take my time and dry this up. And I'll try to put some tape on the side that goes with black. That way I have them separated from each other. I'm gonna use some packing tape. I couldn't find any other tape. I'm gonna use some packing tape. And I just want to go ahead and just basically mark this piece of the corded wire to let me know that this is where I had the ground wire connected to. I'm not going to keep it on there. I'm just going to just let myself have a guideline to remind me that this is going to go with the black wire, the ground wire. I'm going to keep this out with this wire, so I'm going to go ahead and unscrew this. Counterclockwise, it comes apart, those come apart. Now I can go ahead and remove this original cord on the disposal. And there's one more cord here I wasn't intending to remove. Now there's one more cord I didn't think about. There's like an actual there is a blue cord right here, if you guys see. It's attached right here. This looks like it's so corroded. Looks like a flathead screwdriver. So I'm gonna get my Phillips head screwdriver. Look at the Phillips head and unscrew this cord. So there's one more cord. As you see, this is my first time doing this, guys. So this is pretty much an easy fix that anyone can do. I'll just unscrew this right here. So that should be loose enough if I'm not mistaken, because he's just wrapped around there. If you look, he's wrapped around there. It's like a J hook. You just wrap him around like that. And so if you see that, now before I put this on the new disposal, I want to clean all this off. I don't want any of this wet or corrosion or any kind of this filth, this ground to be onto the new. But as you see, that was a bottom main, drain hose, dishwasher hose, and then you see the top portion. That's everything goes into disposal. It should be food up in there already. This is bad. I'm gonna set this out the way for now, guys. And this is my new one. And so, just like the other one, same connection pieces, same look. Make sure I have anything inside before I set it up and install it. But yeah, everything is good to go with that. So, all right, I got everything as dry as I can get it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the existing housing for this section of the disposal back on the cords. That way we could, oh, wrong way. You should go up this way. Make sure that you put the thread up. That way you can put it and screw it into the disposal, that portion right there. Now you can always change out the disposal to like a different brand, or you can upgrade your disposal if you want to. It's going to be a couple more steps when it comes down to taking the top portion of the sink off. It's still a very easy fix. There's several videos you guys can watch on how to take that off. But for me, I wanted it to be quick and easy. We want to get one that was very similar to the one that we had existing. I want to make it a small job as possible. So I have that back on the cord. This is the original cord. And when I dry these up, I kind of like fan them out because they're already twisted. You can see it's still twisted at the end up here. But on this one, I'm going to go ahead and retwist him no matter which direction. And I'm going to reform the J because I'm going to slide them through here and put them on this green screw here. So when the J hook up on that, and that'll be the first one that I take care of. And then remember, this side of my tape, I'm not going to keep the tape on, but I'm going to keep this on for now. That way I know that this is the side that goes with the black ground wire, and then the opposite white wire will go on this right here. So I'll couple both of those together. You had to clean and dry my couplers, right? You can buy brand new couplers, but I wanted to go ahead and salvage. I wasn't, again, expecting to, my wife did the purchase and I didn't notice that it didn't come with the cord. And so that wasn't an issue, it's just a couple extra steps. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put these inside here and have that already in place. Now just bring this to get myself some working room. All right. Now, so I'm gonna go into the green wire first. You guys can still see. If I get you back in the shot. If you don't have my cameraman, I'm gonna go ahead and make my J. And I'll go ahead and screw him in place. All right, I got him tightened. The green is back onto the green screw. You see they had that screw marked off conveniently for you, so that the green goes there. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tether this white cord with this one here. So I'm just gonna screw these two together. Just wrap them around each other, real easy. Get you back in the shot again. So as you can see, I'm just gonna intertwine these two. Get those intertwined together like that. And now I can put my coupler over here. Just gonna put this inside the coupler, and then you just screw that on to lock these two in place. That way they don't come loose, they don't touch anything. You don't have any kind of electrical issues, burn something out, catch a fire, you know, have a disaster. And so now that I have that already attached to the white, I'm gonna go ahead and take the tape off of that. I don't really detach, I want to have a marker. I'm gonna go ahead and put the ground with this side of the cord. Twist those two together. Now that I have those two together, and put these inside the coupler, and you just twist this clockwise. Well, make sure I got them together real good. Make sure they stay together. The coupler will do that too, but hey, better safe than sorry. And I just screw that on like a screw clockwise, and that should hold it in place. That's going to keep all these wires from touching and causing electrical issues in the future. So I'm going to stick these in here. Now that I have that taken care of, and now I'm going to put the plate back on. So I have the plate, and we're going to screw the plate back in place. You just put this back right here, and over the screw. We only have the one screw, and we just tighten that back up. All right, and the last step, I'm going to go ahead and put this housing back in place. We're going to screw him in. Now before I finish screwing him in, I want to go ahead and tighten him back up. I got some sausage for you. I got some sausage for the wife, y'all. Perv. I got that back in place, guys. Now I'm ready to put this back under the sink. Before we begin, guys, on mine, I have a drain plug in there. If you look, you can see that there's like a plug, barely, but it's a plug in there. So I have to let that drain plug out. All right, so we're gonna go knock out the drain plug. I'm gonna use a hammer. As per the instructions, that was what the user manual says. So, as I showed you guys before, that's the drain plug. You can't really get a real good view on that. See if I can turn the. Now, you see the drain plug is broken. I'm gonna go ahead and knock the rest of them out, and then we'll go ahead and get the install going. So, all right, now we're gonna go ahead and install. Now, if you notice right here, you have these little lips on the top of your disposal. These lips are gonna have to go back in place up here and rest on. So get my finger in the view for you guys. This portion right here. So when you put this on, that's gonna have to turn clockwise. All right, now I pretty much got them in place where I want them. And there are a few more steps. So I'm gonna put them back in here, put this plug in that portion. I wanna make sure I get them tightened up first before we move on. So I'm gonna place them like that. And I want this guy tightened up. So I'm gonna use my little handy dandy tool they gave me at this point, and now I can turn him the way I want to turn. And now he's up there very snug and very secure. It was a little bit of a challenge to get them up there, but again, if you have a prop, like I'm using this garbage can here, that kind of held it in place for me while I got it aligned exactly how I wanted it. So now the next step is, I want to go ahead and seal everything back up. I'm using all the original pieces, so I can turn him better now. And I want him to go in here secure. I have everything new to put in here, but I just want to keep everything simple. And so that's plugged in real good. I got the same housing right there. I got my screws from earlier. I handed in a flathead. I'm just gonna pre-screw him here. Hope you guys can see this. I wanna go ahead and tighten him up real good. One side. I didn't cut the water off or anything, so that's not really best here, but I did have to make sure the dishwasher wasn't running. I also turned my reverse osmosis tank off, that way that's not feeding any water through my disposal either. So you guys can see me screw him in. Right, got him. I'm gonna reattach this. That book would give me a hard time earlier, but it wasn't very easy at that point. Position these so they're easy to tighten up. So they're ready to go. He's on there snug. I'm tightening him up now. I bet I'm placing. All right. Check this real nice and tight. I don't want my pipes to come loose. None of my plumbing to come loose, and so this is pretty secure. I'm gonna make sure I get a little bit more secure. Leave it's going anywhere right now. All right, with everything reattached, I'm gonna go ahead and plug my plug back into the outlet. Dun, 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 dun. Hope there's no electrical shock. And plugged him back in. Now, to make sure I don't have any leaks. This is my old stop. I take them out, as you guys can see. The new disposal is in here. Nice and clean. No old corroded food. And let's see if I can get this thing to cut on and not give us any issues. Cover him up. I'll let him run. And as you see, no more leak. That's a nuisance they have to deal with. Have to stop doing DIYs, man, because like it's doing these DIY stuff and breaking on me, y'all. And I guess it breaks so me to be able to do a fix for you. This is my first time doing this, guys. I'm not a handyman, not a plumber. I just want to save money. I figured it was an easy job, just plug and play. And so far that works. Let's test the power. Make sure nothing blows up on us. And she works. So I paid about $139 for the disposal. Got to upgrade a better warranty on this one. Turn my reverse osmosis tank back on. That water run through. And no more water problems. Had water all up under here. Ruining my cabinetry, and had to use this bucket because this old buddy right here was ready to go. He was rusted, leaking. Again, if you have leaks coming from any of the piping, it's usually due to a loose fitting. That's not the disposal. Just probably want to reattach these or redo any of your piping. But quick and easy fix, quick and easy install. Anybody can do it if I can do it. Again, I'm not a handyman, just an average Joe trying to help save you guys money. If you guys found this video helpful, please feel free to leave a comment, click subscribe, and also click on that bell for post notifications. That way, whenever I upload a new video, you guys can check out my video and hopefully save money and fix projects at home yourself. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.